What's up, socials? Welcome back to my channel. We're back for another episode of Boss Status, powered by AWeber, a series helping you grow your brand to go after the life you want. This is part 2 of a series called How to Build Your Platform. We've got 3 more simple ways for you to get started. If you missed part 1, check that out up here, and also make sure you subscribe because, again, there is a 3rd part to this series, and I don't want you to miss it because there's just so much information that you can take advantage of. So what are you waiting for? Press that big red button. Going after the life you want means letting your views and ideas be known. So that is why building a platform is so massively important. So let's dig into those 3 additional ways that you can start to do that. This is a big one. Create your home base. I hear people often talking about the fact that they have a channel on YouTube or they have an Instagram account or something like that, and it's like, that's not enough. What if one of these social networks went away? Or worse, what if your profile just got taken away and everybody else gets to stay? That's like the worst feeling in the world, but you have no control over that. Rented space is not yours. You need your own owned assets. So make sure you set up a website. This is gonna become very useful for you. It's not just for the sake of having yet another thing. It is where everything is going to be really housed. This is the epicenter of everything you'll do. If you write a book, you'll talk about it there. You'll put all your content there. Any video you would upload to YouTube, make a blog post for it so it lives on the website as well. That helps with web traffic. If you're gonna have merchandise, that's gonna live on a website. Being able to link out to everything and have it be a seamless experience, you're really gonna want your own .com to make that happen. Or if it's not a .com, that's okay, but it's your own website. If you go to savvysexysocial.com, you'll see every video I've ever made for this channel has a blog post. And if I have more to talk about, I write blog posts. And I link to all my social there so people know where to find it. The information about me as a speaker is on that website. Anything I want anyone to know, how to find my book, how to find my classes, how to sign up for my email list. Yes, I could link to it on a third-party site like YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, but if it's not on my own website, it's really not something that I'm projecting as a part of my platform. So even if it feels like you've got a really legitimate presence on one of these websites that is not yours, back it up by having something that is. Next, let's talk about people. You need to reconnect with your contacts on a very regular basis. Now, by very regular basis, I don't mean reach out to the same people all the time. I mean, you've met a lot of people in your life so far, and so you should be connecting with lots of people that you've met. If you remember the 2nd episode of Boss Status, we talked about morning success tips, and one of those tips was to connect with 3 people every morning. When it comes down to it, the more people you know, the better off you will be. So you can connect with any 3 people you want. It could be somebody you haven't talked to in 5 years, it could be somebody you met last week, it doesn't matter. Connect with people regularly simply by dropping a text message, sending an email and saying, hey, wanna get coffee? Are you gonna be in this city? I'm gonna be there next week. Doing something to show that this person is still on your mind and that you want to stay in touch with them, even if all the cards don't lay out. Maybe you don't end up meeting for that coffee. Maybe you don't end up meeting up in that city, but you still stayed connected and there was that level of interest there. They are much more likely to remember you for the thing that you do very well in the case that they know someone or they themselves need it. Don't think too much into this. It can be very intimidating being like, oh, I have to connect with my people today. But just say hi. Like, it's literally that simple. If you know them well enough, talk about something that you know is going on with them. How's your new baby? How's that new business going? I loved your last video. It doesn't matter what it is. Just talk about something that has to do with them and you'll be the most interesting person in the world. The last tip for this video is to sign up for Google Alerts. Maybe you've heard of Google. It is the #1 search engine on the planet. What's very cool about Google is they have these alerts. And so anytime a new web page is basically cached or saved into the search world, you can get an alert for that. So I love this personally because anytime I'm trying to expand into new speaking opportunities that maybe I've never even heard of but would want to know about if they existed, I have Google ping me for certain key phrases about speaking engagements so that I'll know if I want to apply or reach out to somebody about potentially taking part. alert. You can do this with anything. Go to google.com/alerts and start punching in different terms that you would want to know if something new popped up, especially if it was a press release for the need for a speaker, or the need for an expert, or the need for somebody to do something, and that happens to be up your alley. The key is to choose the phrase that you are particularly an expert in, or a thought leader on, or something that you would want to discuss. For me, that would be video marketing, so I put that in quotes. And then I will add another phrase to that alert, such as speaking gig, or call for speakers, or guest blog post contributor, or something of that nature. What is the thing that I talk about? What is the thing I'm hoping to do? That's what I'll put in a Google alert. And I have lots of these set up, and I get alerts all the time. It's not just for things you might want to do. It might be things you want to commentate on. So if there's something happening in the news in your particular area, you'll want to know if that's happening, so you can say, oh, that might be a trending topic that I should make a YouTube video about. Love Google Alerts. Totally platform building hack right there. That's all for this episode of Boss Status, and this is part 2 of how to build your platform. Part 3 is coming up very soon, so make sure you subscribe to my channel so you do not miss it. Big thanks to our sponsor, Aweber, for this series. They are my good friends in email marketing. I have been using aweber.com for email communications to Amy's Elite, my tribe, who subscribes to my emails, since the beginning of Savvy Sexy Social in 2011. So you can trust them, I promise you. I absolutely love their tool, especially because it is professional, but very accessible in a professional way. Go check out more details. You can try it for 60 days for free. No worries if you don't like it. SavvySexySocial.com/Aweber. The link is in the description. That's all for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. As always, make sure you subscribe for good vibes, and remember to go after the life you want. Cheers.